In this video, we're going to show you how to replace your coil pack's boot. This is in the engine bay on either side of your engine. You're going to want to use a 10mm wrench. And then remove the terminal from the battery. You may have to wiggle it a little. On these cars, you're going to want to pull the retainer off of the stud for the battery holder. Make sure you place the negative terminal somewhere that it's not going to make contact with the positive. Next, we're going to remove the cover on the positive terminal and set that to the side. Loosen the positive terminal. You're going to want to use a 10mm wrench. And pull the positive terminal off the battery. This one may take some wiggling. Now we'll remove the battery tie down using a 10mm socket. You only need to loosen the front and rear of the bracket to get it off. You don't need to fully take the nuts off. I like to lay the battery tie down in a way that it tells me which way it goes back in. And remove your battery. To remove the coil pack, we'll take out this 10mm bolt. To remove the coil pack, pull it out of the head. And you can flex the boot and turn it up. Press in on the tab on the connector and pull on the connector. Inspect the terminals to make sure there's no corrosion or damage. We're going to pull the boot off the coil pack. Inspect the contact inside the coil pack and the terminal as well. This looks good. So we're going to go ahead and install the boot. Install the spring and push the new boot onto the coil pack. This boot comes lubricated, but you may want to put a little dab of silicone paste down here. Make sure it's a dielectric grease so it doesn't affect the electrical current. Now install your coil pack. We're just going to put a little bit of dielectric grease right at the end so that it slides on easily. And we'll install our coil pack. Reinstall our 10mm. Now we can tighten down this 10mm. Be cautious not to over tighten it, as it's only supposed to be at 4.6 foot-pounds. Reinstall the connector, and make sure you hear it click. You're going to want to clean any corrosion off your terminals. You can simply use a wire brush, and if it's really tough, a little hot water actually goes a long way. Now we'll do the same to the other terminal. And do the same to the terminals on the battery. Now, put the battery back in its tray. Reinstall the battery tie down. If your battery has a handle, slip it through the handle, and be careful not to touch the terminals on the battery with the bracket. Get the rear J-hook in its hole. And the front J-hook. Hold the bracket up while you tighten down the nuts. Once your bracket is solid and tight, it's good enough. Place your positive terminal back on and tighten down the nut. Be careful not to over tighten these, as you can crush the terminals on the battery. Place the cover back on the positive terminal. Place the negative cable back on the bracket and reinstall the negative terminal. Be sure not to over tighten the nut so you don't crush the terminal.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.